Let's go, man. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Man. This video right here, man, we speaking, man. I got something to say. Man. For all my folks out there, man. Listen, man. Stay positive. Stay operating on that healing frequency, man. And just be appreciative. Stay appreciative. Always stay appreciative. Stay appreciative of everything. Because the moment you stop appreciating it is the moment you lose it. So stay appreciative of everything. And always stay vibrating on that healing frequency, man. Because there's going to be a lot of shit and a lot of different anything and everything can try to potentially take you out of your frequency. Take you and steal everything that you got. You feel me? So you got to stay operating at that appreciative frequency, man. The more you can appreciate, the more you can overcome the different types of challenges that come your way. Any challenge that comes your way can be dealt with by appreciation of yourself and what you have and your abilities. The more you are appreciative of your capabilities, the less you gotta, worry about anything else, any type of pressure that comes your way, because pressure can't handle that appreciation of self. It's as simple as that. That's what we want to talk about this morning, man. Stay vibrating on that high, appreciative frequency, man, because the more you appreciate, the more nothing else matters to you. And like I said, the moment you stop appreciating, and the moment you stop appreciating is the very second that thing can be taken away from you, especially if you're someone with a very powerful future and a very powerful force. So always remain appreciative. We're always gonna go through hard moments and hard times and shit like that, but man, listen, it's a matter of staying disciplined in what you're doing. This is where the left hemisphere of your brain gotta start kicking in, man. The analytical side of your brain, the calculative side, the discipline, your ability to be able to process or critically think about things and strategize and do things that'll set you up and put you in position to be successful mentally. This is a mind game. It's a mind game. Stay consistent, stay ahead. It's a game of chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other important thing, man. But always remember that the right hemisphere of your brain is the side of your brain that influences the development of your critical thinking and the development of strategy and the mental aspects and discipline. All this stuff. I don't do this basketball stuff just to do it. I don't do this basketball stuff just because all of a sudden I just decided I was gonna pick up basketball. Nah, I was influenced. I was curious about it. This is something I wanted to do. It's something I dreamt of doing. So that's where the discipline kicked in. So we have to be able to understand that it's very important for us to train both our left hemisphere and our right hemisphere and use our dreams and our imagination and the things that we see in order to inspire us. That way, we're not letting other things inspire us. You feel me? We're not letting things inspire us for us. You feel me? Because a lot of times when we get put on default like that and we let other things take control and other things have control of what is inspiring us, this leads to us going in the wrong direction and going in misdirections. So always maintain control of what is inspiring you. You feel me? So this is important. You know what I'm saying? To have dreams and to have an imagination, to have creativity, to have a curiosity, to have all these different types of things, because you don't want something else controlling that. God gave you curiosity. God gave you a curiosity. God gave you an imagination. God gave you creativity. He gave you all these things for a reason. So you have to use it, because if you don't use it, it's going to get taken away from you. And if it gets taken away from you, and you get put on default, then you know what's coming in, and that's going to take control over those things. Is the enemy. So always keep yourself imaginative, always keep yourself creative, and keep that side of your brain functioning just like the logical side of your brain, the left hemisphere of your brain, the analytical side. Everything has to be in complete balance there. So to all my Black and African peoples out there, man, I'm especially talking to them, but I'm talking to anybody who taps in, is to, man, always stay appreciative. Don't let nothing take you off that healing frequency. Stay listening to that healing frequency music. Stay listening to, or you know what I'm saying, getting your healing frequency, anything, man, incense, whatever it is, man, high vibrational foods. It's important that we start to decolonize, or that we start to remove the rubbish from our minds and the poison from our minds and our bodies. So this means eating better. This means, of course, like I said, watching what we listening to, and paying attention to what we tapping into, man. Like, some of the things, man, I'm not gonna lie, man, some of the things that we see, we have to be careful what type of things we're listening to. And a lot of it can come from religion. I'm not saying this to knock religion. I'm not trying to downplay it, but there's a difference between understanding. There's the difference between knowledge and indivisible truth, and how somebody interprets that truth. So this is what I mean by how watching what we're taking in, right? Everybody a Christian, but everybody ain't really a Christian. You feel me? Everybody a Muslim, but everybody ain't really a Muslim. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but it really ain't a whatever. But the important thing for me is the spiritual. Now, before we even talk about like, oh, spiritual this, spiritual that, what is spiritual, right? The moment you get up and go to that basketball court and train for whatever you need to train, you're being spiritual. The moment you get up and start disciplining yourself to do what you need to do, you're being spiritual. So what is a ritual really? What is a ritual? A ritual is performing the action. That is the preparation. Ritual is a preparation. You're preparing for something. It's a preparation. It's something that you do in order to get a certain effect out of something. That's a ritual. So as long as we're being spiritual to what it is that we hold, that we hold as indivisible truth, you know what I'm saying? That's what's important to me. That's what's important. So what I know, and I must declare, because if I know something, that makes me responsible for getting that knowledge out. I was given the knowledge for a reason. I was given my skills as a basketball player for a reason. I was given what I was given for a reason, to use that stuff in order to better the conditions of humanity, better the conditions of the people. So it's as simple as that. Using everything that I have in order to better humanity, better people in any way that I can. So with that being said, man, listen. Listen, man. Whatever that you're doing, man, listen. Shit gets hard, man. Like, everything ain't always easy and set in stone. But as long as we keep progressing in a disciplined way, and as long as we keep staying disciplined, and as long as we gotta understand the mental aspect of things, and the smarter we become, the easier things will be. Like, a lot of times things be so difficult is because we're operating in a sense to where, I mean, shit gotta be difficult. Like, the most important thing to being most effective is to understand strategy, and to understand critical thinking, and outsmart whatever it is that you're dealing with. Like, that's the most important thing. If we can, it's learning how to be smart, learning how to be most effective. That's the key thing. And if we can do that, then instead of trying to, you know what I'm saying, overwork ourselves to a point to where we miss you know what I'm saying, we miss the point. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's too much. You know what I'm saying, that you're not, you know what I'm saying, that's not sustainable. And that's the thing I wanted to talk about, though, is sustainability. There's a difference between something being obtainable and something being sustainable. Like, what I mean when I say in my last video, how I said, like, you have to develop natural skills before you develop the technical skills and complementary skills. I mean, because that's where our abundance comes from. As an African, as a black man or woman or person, right? You know what I'm saying? Our I guess physical abundance, our land has been taken from us, right? So, but our natural resources ain't been taken from us. Our natural resources of our own minds, because people got to understand the thing about what abundance is. The abundance you receive from your grandparents, the abundance you see from your parents, the abundance you see from your great-grandparents. All these abundances is genetical. It's your genes. All these different things that are inside you. All these different things, you got influences. You ain't even yourself. And it's understanding genetics that you ain't even yourself, that you have different types of people and different types of genes and information that people went through, and you got a lot of different spirits and other shit going on in you that's actually influencing you. So you're not even yourself, you're your ancestors, because you're a combination of all these different things. You're a combination of you, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, all the way down to the end, you know what I'm saying? All the way down to forever. You're literally connected to the first man you're literally connected to the first man that ever reproduced your genetical line. So that's what we need to know. Once we understand that, we understand that you got a lot more power to you than you think. That's the important thing to understand. That's the important thing to understand. You got a lot more power to you than you really think. And the more you understand that, and the more you understand what's in you, the more you can really understand how much power and how much strength you really hold to be able to affect change in your environment. So when we talk about precision, because I know this is something I brought up a lot, like the difference between aim and precision. Precision is your ability to see what's inside of you and know what you want in order to get affect a certain way, right? So it's important to know what is inside you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was your grandparents? Who were your forefathers? Was there an artist? Were there an alchemist? Were they, you know what I'm saying? What were they? You know, because the genetics has an influence on you. That genetic information has an influence on you. And the more we can tap into these things, the more we can find solutions to our day-to-day problems. And I could go on a little bit of that, but I don't want to get too far off point. The main point is to focus on you and to understand that the natural resources you have is still in you and still in you strong. And you are connected to the first man or first woman through your genetical line. So ain't nothing too hot, ain't nothing new under the sun, ain't nothing that you can't handle, because you connected to everything. You connect to all the information you need in order to get the job done, including the information that you hold yourself and your walk. And really understanding who you really are. You are literally a walking ancestral lineage. That's what you are. You're a walking ancestral lineage. It's your time now. And then a generation later, it'll be somebody else's time to carry that lineage. You feel me? So what are you adding to that lineage is the important thing. What are you adding to that lineage? So with that being said, y'all, make sure you understand yourself, know thyself, master self, understand what's in your genetics and in your lineage, and train those things. If you got grandparents that's a pastor, and then 4 great-grandparents that was preachers and all this stuff, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. Even if that's not the main thing that you do. If you got forefathers that was a barber or an artist or something, you know what you need to do. Again, even though that's not the main thing that you need, even though that's not the main thing that you do, you know what you need to do. So with that being said, man, listen. Just just keep tapping in, y'all, man. I'm gonna keep uploading more of these. I definitely wanted to get that out there. I might even upload another joint on my other channel, the Critical Dot channel. But tap in, man. Stay tuned. I hope y'all doing good. Peace.